When you've tried everything and your baby is still crying in pain, I want you to hear this clearly. You've done the right thing. You see, you've gathered all the ingredients, the advice, the symptoms, the bottles, the milks, the techniques, and you're throwing them all into the oven, hoping to bake a cake. But what comes out is confusion, mess, exhaustion. It's not that you haven't tried hard enough. It's that nobody gave you the precise method or even told you where to start. You may literally have tried everything, but your baby's reflux won't get better by trial and error. And it definitely doesn't get better quickly when you're putting the cart before the horse. Maybe you tried cutting dairy before understanding if your baby actually had a digestive issue. Maybe you've changed the formula 5 times, tried medications that cause things to get worse while the doctor said you need to try it for 2 weeks before it gets better. Or you focused on winding and positioning without realizing that your baby's actually just been feeding in panic mode. Reflux is not random. It has a cause. But if you don't know what you're aiming for, if you don't know whether you're making bread, cake or biscuits without all the proper processes, no ingredient on its own is ever going to give you the outcome you want. If I told you we're baking a cake, you'd start by measuring, combining things in a certain order. You'd mix it properly. You'd bake it at the right temperature for the right length of time. The same instructions in the wrong timing, raw, mess or burnt. It's not all about what you're doing. It's also about when, why, and how. This is exactly what's happening when your baby's reflux doesn't shift, even though you are trying so hard. What your baby is showing you through arching, gulping, feeding, crying, gulping, refusing feeds, waking patterns, flatulence, digestive discomfort, and bloating and explosive poos. These are all clues, and they only make sense when we read them together. This is what the reflux roadmap does. It gives you the method. We don't start with try this. We start with what are all your baby's symptoms? Then what does it mean when we read them all together? And what does this mean then for the right course of action? That's when everything changes. When you skip this step, you end up doing the right things at the wrong time, or even completely irrelevant things, wasting your time, your energy, your resources, your mental and emotional wellness. They don't work, so you second guess yourself. You lose trust in your instincts and you stop believing that anything will work. You start to believe that your baby's reflux really is something that can't be solved, and your baby stays uncomfortable, you stay stuck in survival. This is where most families are when they find me, desperate. I'm the last resort. But when you follow the process, when you know what your baby's symptoms mean, you can finally stop guessing, you can finally breathe. You can take action that makes sense, and you can see it working on a daily basis. You can measure the progress, going, oh, my baby hiccuped 4 times less than they did yesterday, and they did 4 times less than the day before. And suddenly you end up going, my baby slept for 4 hours. What's happened? Because now you're solving the real problem. You're not just throwing random ingredients into the oven and hoping to get a cake. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how the reflux roadmap works, how we take your baby's symptoms and pinpoint their root cause so that you know where to start and you know what to do next for your baby, because their reflux is not the same as little Joe's down the street. Your baby can get better, and this is how we do it.